Hello and welcome back to Wyerman's Whimsy. I thought I would use stamps today because my whole thing is I love the paper and I want to use the paper, but let's highlight some of the stamps in the set. So I'm using the Sending Thanks and Much Love, and I'm using the Pussy Willow one. So what I've got is I've got a basic white card base. I've got a Moody Mauve 5 1/4 by 4 matte, and a piece of the Designer Series paper from the Nests of Winter set in 5 by 3 3/4. That's the card front. And then I've got a scrap of paper large enough to stamp the bird on. I've used one of my Stylish Shapes circle dies to cut out the greeting piece. And then I've got a piece, this is about 5/8 by 5. Piece of basic white that we're going to stamp the Pussy Willows on. So you can say get yourself a cup of tea or something, because we are going to be coloring everything in the video. So I've had some requests to do the detail work in the video, and I totally get that. Not everybody's at the same level. Sometimes I like to prep everything just so I can just assemble and it goes together quickly. But sometimes we need to do the actual work. So I'm just going to take, this is basic gray, and I'm just stamping the Pussy Willows on here, and I'm overlapping them so it looks like one continuous piece. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of making sure that the two Pussy Willows on the top are over top of the, almost lining up with the last leaf in the row. And what you end up with is basically a continuous line of Pussy Willows. So I did the bird in the basic gray as well. So to color in the bird, I used dark petal pink. You can use whatever colors you like, but I wanted to kind of mimic the background a little bit, and I've just colored in the tail and the wing like that. And then I took this is light Moody Mauve, and I just kind of came in and did the underside of the bird, and then just a little bit just along the top there. And then for the branch, I use, this is light crumb cake, and so I'm just coming in with the light crumb cake like that. And then for the beak and the feet, I used light pebbled path. So just coming in and filling that beak in, and then just filling those in. And then coming back in with the dark petal pink and just blending this in. There we go. And I just kept going over this so it's not such a harsh line. A little bit darker, and then lighter kind of on the head, and then a little bit more in there. I didn't color in the stems of the berries. I just did the berries in Moody Mauve, and this is light Moody Mauve again, like that. And I also used the Moody Mauve on the Pussy Willows. Now, technically, Pussy Willows aren't this color. They're more of a gray color, but I wanted to match the card base. So I'm just coming in here like this, just kind of in the bottom half, because the color on the Pussy Willows is mostly at the bottom. And like that. Oh, and we're just going to put a dot of color down there. And then took the Magic Wink of Stella and just pulled that color up a little bit. All it does is it picks up a little bit of the color and pulls it into the rest. It's very, very subtle, but and if you think you're not getting anything, just check it on your hand, and my hand is now sparkly. So, and just do that. And then I came in and I just did a little bit of Wink Estella on the berries. Okay, so I need to die cut this out now. So we're going to just grab our die, pop it down like this. And you're probably going, those colors on that bird are probably not ever found in nature. But you know what? That's the joy of doing this. We can make the bird whatever color we like. So if you wanted to do a different, like maybe a pebble path mat, and do more of the chickadee type coloring, that would look really good with this as well. I'm just a huge fan of Moody Mauve, so I'll use Moody Mauve. As always, my cards are meant to be a jumping off place, and I've just lost my, there he is, sorry, he fell in the drawer. You absolutely, these are meant to be a bit of an inspiration, and then of course, as always, your ideas, knock it out of the park. So we've got those pieces. Now we need to stamp our greeting, and we need to do a little bit more of the pussy willows as well, because you'll see on here the pussy willows kind of go up the edge, and I'll show you why. When I stamp this down, I'm stamping this right over kind of in the upper quadrant there, because if I was to put this on now, I cover up and it looked a bit odd. So what I did is I just added some pussy willows just along this edge, kind of like that. So that's not a lot on there, but it's just enough. And then again, we're going to need to come in with our Moody Mauve and just touch those up. Add our Wink of Stella, just like that. And now we can build our card. We've got all our elements, and we can build the card. So again, we've got that 5 1/4 by 4 mat and a 5 by 3 3/4 card front. You can absolutely cut the middle out of this. We're covering it up. I'm not going to, but you can. And I need an adhesive. So I'm just going to flat mount this to the front of the card. Just going to pop these up further so that I'm in frame. Line this up, drop it down, and we've got good full margins on this, so we don't have to worry about having narrow margins. I'm going to pop this down. Oh, I haven't cut this piece down yet. This needs to be 5 by 3 3/4, and I've left it at 5 1/4 by 4. So we need to cut it down. By 5. There we go. All right. So we're just going to pop this down like so. And then again, flat mounting this little border of pussy willows. We're just popping that in like that. Just about the same width, 5/8 of an inch in. And then we're going to dimensionalize this piece. So we're just going to put 3 dimensionals on the back. You can put more if you want, but this is fine. And again, I am not blinging this one up. It's the background paperwork or paper is so busy that it looks just fine without it. So I'm just going to pop this in about here like this. It's a little bit higher than that one, the example card. And then I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of here and pop the bird down like that. And there we go. And that is our card all finished up. So again, you can choose whatever colorway you like, and you can color your bird however you like. Really versatile stamp set. I'm really pleased with the Pussy Willows and how you can link them all together. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.